Hello friends, I am Dr. Amit Gangwal, Associate Professor at SVKM's Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule. In our ongoing series of video tutorials as part of online certificate-based course on AI in pharmaceutical sciences, now we are moving ahead and we will talk about applications of AI in medical imaging in clinical care other than clinical trial. For making this video, we have taken various images and content from world famous website and company that is Quanib, which are doing excellent by leveraging AI and deep learning for the betterment of patients in a faster manner by empowering radiologists and doctors to use AI, machine learning, deep learning driven technology to assess the medical images in a faster and more perfect manner. We are thankful to this website for having this type of information and images on their website. So without taking much of your time, we proceed. So very broadly, AI can support three types of tasks in any type of segment. May it be pharma, may it be medical, may it be health industries, other parameter. It can go for three things: automation of the business processes, gaining insight into data through data analysis, making critical decisions. So you have a lot of data with you. So what to get from those data to increase profit in sale, to get more customer, to retain repeat customer. That is the use of gaining insight from data. Then making critical decisions from those actionable insight from data using AI. So there are three types of AI being deployed by life sciences businesses that can provide a framework for improving efficiencies. Automation of business processes. This type of AI relates to automation of what we can broadly call back office function, and it is deployed through more efficient handling of digital and physical tasks using technology. Such a task may be, but not limited to, transferring the data from a site to a storage or transferring the data from a call or email into a record storing system. Reconciling failures in systems or data by combining and automatically checking information in multiple systems and multiple document types. Reading radiology or clinical reports through natural language processing techniques to extract provisions, data points, and ultimately making conclusions. So we all know what is the meaning of natural language processing. It is NLP. It is a way of AI platform to read, study, and learn about languages the way humans do. This type of AI is the simplest and least expensive to implement. In the clinical research industry, data transfer, data quality control, data management processes feel somewhat archaic. It inherits a lot of inefficiencies founded in utilization of manual labor, outdated technologies, and hardware. The efficiencies and quality of the outcomes can easily be improved through the use of the cloud enterprise solutions. We all know now people are shifting to cloud computing and cloud server, so that they need not hire cloud experts on their payroll. So they are outsourcing to big giants like Amazon for Amazon Web Service, or Azure for example for Microsoft. Examples of such intelligence would include automating a link between a radiology reader looking at CT or MRI and measuring a tumor size, and the scoring system called RECIST, or a radiologist looking at MRI of a rheumatoid arthritis patient hand and RA-MRI form. Other companies are coming up with a way to extract clinical information from the radiology or pathology report and input it directly into the trial databases. So what they want to tell, medical imaging experts are devising deep learning software, and directly by analyzing those images, they are giving ready to use actionable insight in terms of features extracted or selected from those medical images. So second use of AI is gaining insight into data through data analysis. So for example, the first one was automation. Here automation means, for example, directly deep learning will scan the medical images. It is automation. And then from the automation, we will get actionable insight from data analysis. This type of AI is often feared by specialists and referred to as the better decision making or replacing a human in the making a decision process. Strictly speaking, it is not the true case. The AI-driven methodologies in clinical research are generally designed to aid, to empower the human experts to make better and faster, flawless decisions, not to replace those humans. At least what we can predict or what we have the vision for next 10 years, it is impossible to replace humans. We can broadly separate AI methods into semi or fully automated. An example of fully automated AI driven method would be if someone takes a MRI, if someone takes an MRI scan, and when the scan gets processed by the software, we know if the patient has a particular disease or not. This type of AI is easy to implement in a fragmented manner or alongside of something which might look more familiar, such as a state-of-the-art method. The use of such AI in decision making in phase 3 studies as a methodology for extraction of biomarkers will require consensus of regulatory bodies, and several groups are working towards making the possible. However, in early phase studies, when it is the company's decision and such decisions needs to be based on the comprehensive and robust data, this type of AI will bring high ROI by ensuring less failure in the later phase of trials. Third application of AI in general is making critical decisions. This type of AI is used to detect pattern in vast volume of data and interpret their meaning. So this hidden pattern identification or to identify some non-collinear relationship between the data is the job of artificial neural network through hidden layer, and this particular domain comes in the category of deep learning part of AI. Here you will find a blend of machine learning techniques and true AI. Example of AI would be the prediction of a particular cancer type based on a combination of genes, automation of personalized targeting for success of a particular therapy, choosing the right dosing based on the treated patient statistics, and much broader. So these are the inputs. In related markets, this type of AI will inform the insurer with more accurate and detailed actuarial modeling, inform drug discoverer of most likely combinations to succeed and fail, intelligently influence the design of your next trial based on the competitive intelligence, and utilize endpoints and patient populations. So now we will talk about the most important and widespread and much talked about application of AI in healthcare other than drug discovery, that is medical imaging. In simple words, deep learning will see the image of medical image, for example X-ray, chest X-ray, bone X-ray, pathological data or mammograms, ECG, EEG, CT scan, MRI. And based on those studies, after machine learning, deep learning, model development, model will give you the output that this patient is suffering from so and so type of blood cancer, and this is the reason for his blood cancer, and these are the most suitable type of treatment for this particular patient. So how it is giving this ready to use actionable insight based on huge amount of data studied by machine learning model during training and testing and deployment is the final step. So we always heard that a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. Now AI medical imaging technology proves it. AI is more than a number crunching beast. It also likes to look at picture. In healthcare, AI's power to process images is saving lives for thousands. AI lends powerful analysis to medical imagery thanks to cloud computing and deep learning. Deep learning has made it possible to study huge amount of data with different types of relation, correlation and input features. And cloud computing has given the power to pharma or clinical trial company to do different types of analysis without being worried about the experts of servers and cloud. All this is done by third-party people. And company like Nvidia has given tremendous computing power through its in-house developed proprietary patented type of parallel processing software, or I mean hardware, which is called GPU. So there is no challenge to Nvidia. AI-based medical images analysis platforms are now a reality. Platforms such as Arteries give doctors powerful tool for analyzing medical images So this is the image I have taken from Signify Research through some website. So this shows the world market for AI based medical image analysis software by algorithm type. You see, around 4 years ago, the market was only value was only less than even $500 million. Now in 2023, it will be 4 times, that is $2,000 million. You see the speed with which people are accepting AI driven decisions in case of medical images. The true value in AI predictive analytics is healthcare is its ability to identify persons of high risk for developing certain diseases. This is the most important application of AI in healthcare. What is it? To identify high risk for the patients having high risk of developing certain diseases much before it becomes it occurs in him. The ability to identify high risk patients leads to early detection and more positive outcomes. So for example, just by scanning of your retina, if system says you can become the victim of heart attack or victim of diabetes or victim of hypercholesterolemia, then it will be easy for you to change your lifestyle to not becoming victim of those type of disorders. How? So machine learning will be shown hundreds or thousands of retina of people suffering from diabetes, not from diabetes, and cholesterol and all type of disorders. So they will find anomaly or abnormalities in the retina scan of people having diabetes and normal patient. So based on those difference analyzing ability of the machine learning model, it will tell you, okay, you are having retina of so and so type, so you may or may not become victim of so and so disorder. This is predictive and measurement. Enough cannot be said about the promise of AI for improved medical diagnosis at this juncture. AI algorithms have been proven to outperform doctors in the speed and accuracy at which they can diagnose disease. Right now, comparing 3D medical scan is a pain. It can take 2 hours or more to see what's changed. It is more dangerous because doctors are not that much competent in particular area. It means we have a shortage of doctors in particular domain, and that spells a trouble for surgeons who may have to bring patients back to the operating room if a tumor removal was not a complete success, for instance. So algorithm makes the process of comparing 3D scan up to 1,000 times faster. This was the report published on 18th of June 2018 by Rob Matheson, MIT News Office. This is the report I have taken from them, and these are the scans. In the very complex world of healthcare, AI tools can support human providers to provide faster service, diagnose issues, and analyze data to identify trends or genetic information that would predispose someone to a particular disease. When saving minutes can mean saving lives, AI and machine learning can be transformative not only for healthcare but for every single patient also. AI-empowered robotic-assisted surgeries are taking over the US. They are progressively being practiced by medical experts to reduce surgeon variations and improve quality. So we all know about robot-driven microsurgeries. A study performed on 379 orthopedic patients found out that AI-assisted robotic surgery resulted in 5 times less complications versus surgeons working alone. According to Accenture, AI-assisted robotic surgery could save the US healthcare industry $40 billion annually by 2026. In one newsworthy case, Google predicted a high likelihood of a patient dying in the hospital when the hospital's augmented early warning rating indicated only a slight chance. Google warned the patient died within 24 hours. See the prediction of algorithms by these tech giants. Another very interesting study of finding diseases well in advance just by scanning your retina through some application which are AI driven developed by Google. Google studies also proved the power of AI in detecting and predicting disease using retinal scan. Using deep learning, Google AI provided early diagnosis of diabetic retinopathy, and just by those scan which indicate some different pattern in the blood vessel in the retina, they also predicted cardiovascular events in future. Early detection of each of these is crucial to prevention and effective treatment. So these are image of retina. Based on the age it may change, based on the biological sex it may change, based on the subject is a smoker or not, BMI, systolic blood pressure. Based on all these things, retina image can be used to have huge amount of data which can be used for ready to use actionable insights. So Google is, this image I have taken from CB Insights, famous for original research driven infographics. So here you can see what type of analysis Google is doing for eye diseases, diabetes, heart disease, Parkinson's and multiple sclerosis. Different type of AI platforms they are using. Google recently launched its healthcare interoperability readiness program to help healthcare organizations understand the current status of their data and create a path to standardize and integrate across systems. So for example, disease detection, diabetic retinopathy research in case of then cardiogram study, retina heart health analysis, personalized Parkinson's and multiple sclerosis observation study. All are being done by various proprietary softwares developed by Google. So how it happens? Exactly what machine learning does. For example, you have image. Image means input. Here input is CT scan or X-ray image of someone. So there will be removal of features from the scan. Feature means what are the changes in tissues or area organs compared to normal organ or normal tissue. Then through augmentation and transfer learning, there will be feature isolation, and then this feature will be used by hidden layer, and there will be prediction, that is output given by deep learning. Okay, this patient is suffering from COVID or not a victim of COVID. How? Just by showing the X-ray of chest or CT scan of a patient suffering from corona. Machine learning will give the output, okay, he is suffering from corona and the case is such is so and so severe. So what is augmentation? Based on various other type of images of chest X-ray, data has been transferred through transfer learning. When you have less amount of actual data, then you have to go for transfer learning. Then this transfer learning and augmentation will give you the output plus or minus. That it is a binary type of machine learning classification. We all have seen machine learning does three type of tasks: classification, regression and clustering. It is a typical case of classification. So you are classifying patient into two groups. I mean, you are classifying input data into two categories. Either the input is from a corona patient or from a healthy volunteer. So as I told you during the start of this session, we have taken lot many images from Conib website. They are far ahead in terms of making original AI platforms for detecting, for studying, for investigating various type of medical images. In this way, they are doing very good job by empowering the doctors for faster and accurate analysis of various medical images. So we will talk about the first image, that is the upper one. So here you can see this is the example of rule-based engine. So you have the information of patient. Is the PSA value, it is a biochemical parameter. Is the PSA level above a certain value? Yes. Does the MRI, this is something like decision tree, we can say roughly. Yes. Does the MRI show lesions? Yes. This case is likely to have prostate cancer. If the first question is giving answer no, second also no, this case is unlikely to have prostate cancer. It is a rule-based engine. Another example, you have shown the image or the medical image in terms of pixel to the machine learning model or deep learning model. Location is cortical, yes. Edges are diffuse, yes. So it is a case of oligodendroglioma. If no, it is astrocytoma. So it is not only classifying patient and non-patient, it is also classifying type of patient, type of etiology, type of features, type of disease in same category. See the power of deep learning. So here we talk about neural network, type of deep learning. A simple neural network, a perceptron, consists of two layers, as we already seen in earlier videos, input layer and output layer. By passing information coming from the input image to the output layer, the algorithm finds an answer to, in this case, the question, what type of tumor is shown in the image. So the tumor in the image is an oligodendroglioma. The tumor in the image is the astrocytoma. So input layer means having features of image, and output will give two type of classification. So another example, input is given, you will get the output. This MRI prostate image does contain a lesion. This MRI prostate image doesn't contain lesion. It is classification type of problem based on neural network. Now, earlier two images have shown the simple perceptron, input layer, output layer. But in case of deep neural network or artificial neural network, we have lot many hidden layer. In left, you are seeing the image. After that, three round circles are there, gray color. They are input layer. Outside the, right side, you see two dots are there. They are output layer. Between these two layer, there is huge amount of calculations going on. Calculations of adjusting weights and biases to adjust the output. So this MRI output is the MRI prostate image is a lesion or without lesion. This is the example of deep neural network. So we all know deep learning means, which is a subfield of machine learning. The idea of deep neural network is very similar to neural network we discussed in earlier videos. The change is addition of hidden layer. These hidden layer are also made up of nodes and usually focus on detecting specific features in the image. For example, the first hidden layer typically looks at more high level features such as edges in the image, which can help to locate larger organs. Hidden layer further down in the network combine this information and can thereby focus on more detailed aspects such as determining whether suspicious tissue is actually a tumor or not. To assess all these features, hidden layer perform extra calculations, offering the possibility of solving more complex problems with such a network compared to a non-deep learning neural network. So for analyzing of images, particularly there is use of convolutional neural network, that is CNN. Another example of how deep learning model works. So we have input image, then we have hidden layer, and we have output layer. So for example, input layer, we have three features in the input layer. Then each input has one weight. To train the deep learning model, we start giving random weight to each and every input. Then we multiply input with the respective weight. We go for summation and we add one bias. Then this weighted input plus bias is processed through activation function, which ultimately give you output. If output is not proper, then continuously we have to adjust or change weights and bias until we get value 1. For example, if you have an image of lung cancer, if you have a CT scan of a lung cancer patient and it shows some specific feature, you will get output 1 by continuously tweaking, adjusting or editing or fine tuning the machine learning model through back propagation. Means you are sending your error from output to input through hidden layer. It is called back propagation, and you do it continuously until you get the proper output, that is 1. Here 1 means output is 1 because your result is active. What is the result? Yes, the image is of a cancer patient. If it is not a cancer patient, you will get 0. So you have to adjust continuously weights and biases. A node in the hidden layer receives input from node in the input layer, performs calculations using certain weights, and then passes on new values to the next output. The output layer receives its input from the last hidden layer and combines this input into the final answer. The output layer receives its input from the last hidden layer and combines these inputs into the final answer. The output layer of medical image classification, for example, consists of two nodes. The first will return positive or 1 if the algorithm classify the tumor as an oligodendroglioma, and the second will return a positive if the algorithm classify the tumor as an astrocytoma. AI powered medical risk software like the Google platform and others can provide care providers with a host of statistics, including the following: how long patient will stay in the hospital, the odds of patients being readmitted to the hospital, probability of disease occurrence in both short and long term, success rate predictions for various treatment plans, patient mortality and probability. All this require huge amount of data to train machine learning model. For example, John Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford, England has developed Ultramix, a diagnostic platform powered by AI. preliminary tests suggest that Ultraomix greatly outperforms surgeons in diagnosing her disease. Similarly, startup Optelum has developed another AI diagnostic platform. Optelum promises to diagnose 4,000 more cases of lung cancer per year than doctors alone can do. And the important feature is here that they will do in a faster and perfect manner compared to doctors. Now, Microsoft, the project title is Project Inner Eye Technology. Here, what they are doing, this tech giant, the Project Inner Eye develops machine learning technologies to help augment and make clinicians productive, to be able to cope with growing demand on healthcare, help deliver precision medicines for better patient outcome, and understanding how we can combine medical imaging features with other types of data to change the way we do medicine today, with the goal of enabling personalized medicine. Project Inner Eye builds upon many years of research in computer vision and machine learning. It employs algorithms such as the latest convolutional neural network for the automatic voxel-wise segmentation of medical images. Latest search from Inner Eye team published in JAMA Network Open shows how AI can augment and accelerate clinicians' ability to perform radiotherapy planning 13 times faster. Doctors at Edenbrooks Hospital in Cambridge aim to drastically cut cancer waiting times using AI to automate lengthy radiotherapy preparations. AI diagnostics offers a multitude of advantages, including improved speed and accuracy in general disease diagnosis, bringing diagnostics to remote locations where doctors are in short supply, enhanced pathological results based on AI analysis of tissue, enhanced oncological detection at accuracies equivalent to that of a trained doctor, reduced cost for diagnostic procedures. These are but a few of the benefits of using AI in medicine. Even so, it is clear that deep learning can make the differences between life and death for a growing number of patients. Few of the benefits of AI in medical image analysis are: enhanced 2D and 3D imaging provides valuable information on the condition of the heart, liver, lungs, and other organs. Deep learning software reduces time required to complete medical imaging procedures. Cloud-based computing allows different AI software to analyze the same medical images for more detailed diagnosis. Diagnostic scoring of medical images suggests disease probabilities much in advance. Automated workflows reduce error and improve the efficiency of medical image diagnosis. We will talk about application of AI now in conducting repetitive tasks. With AI doing data entry, analyzing medical test reports, and performing other tasks that seem mundane and time consuming can be done repetitively in a faster and swifter way in an impeccable manner. As a result, doctors and additional healthcare providers can have more time to focus on other urgent and complex jobs and interact with patients in a better way. AI in predictive analytics for drug efficacy and safety. In medical terminology, efficacy is used for the optimum response achieved by a specific drug. However, traditional method of animal modeling often fail to predict human physiology responses accurately, leading to low R&D returns. This might be the reason for failure in advanced stages of clinical trial. After spending billions of dollars in developing and marketing drugs, only 1 out of 10 drugs are approved post-clinical trials. AI's data processing capability offers a significantly higher rate of accuracy for predicting drug efficacy and safety. The ability of AI to gauge cross-species differences enable drug researchers in improving clinical trials, reducing the risk of false leads and toxicity, increasing drug safety, and determining the drug efficacy. In addition to predictive analytics, AI's natural language processing, already we have discussed, techniques are also beginning to play a vital role in improving clinical trials. It is possible by feeding large data sets of molecule-related information and doctors' notes to NLP system that extract actionable information to accelerate predictions. Pharma companies can digitize, it is important, make searchable and editable copies for voluminous medical record with AI-powered optical character recognition systems. The risk assessment chatbot inquires patients' current health conditions along with travel history to provide appropriate healthcare advisory in real time. Chatbots means robot which behave like a humans for conversation with you. With a high accuracy rate, the chatbot serves as a quick remote screening tool for distant patients as well as fights misinformation with regularly updated frequently asked questions. So chatbot means when you log on to some e-commerce website, suddenly on right bottom there is a pop-up which asks how can I help you. So there is no human on the other side, there is no human, it is chatbot. Chat plus robot. Gone are the days when keeping track of patient data and monitoring it while taking real-time decisions used to be difficult. With machine learning option, managing huge amount of data and finding possible treatments for different symptoms have become easier than ever now. The system predicts in real time with the information such as the patient's test result, charts and their metrics and suggests possible treatment for critical care. In other words, with machine learning, it is now possible to forecast actionable interventions with the use of the details from medical records and make healthcare better. AI empowering surgical robots also. While the AI robot is not quite ready to throw the surgeon out of the operating room, it does bring its own talent to the operating table. For example, by reducing micro tremors that are present in surgeons' hands, especially during neurosurgery, reducing variations in surgical procedures that occur from surgeon to surgeon. It is important. But this type of variations are not there when we are going to use robots in surgery. Automating less critical tasks such as suturing, providing a more positive patient outcome, collecting data from each surgery that can improve future procedures. One day robots guided by machine learning technology might be the only surgeon in the operating theater. Till then, intelligent robots will help get doctors to ensure a great outcome for their patients. Benefits of AI in digital nursing assistant. One such product is Angel, an AI-driven virtual nursing assistant application that can listen, talk, make decisions, and give advice to patients. It is useful for patients suffering from neuron disorders. Applications such as Angel can follow a prescribed program designed by the doctor in order to provide proper care for the patients, especially when patients are alone. The virtual nursing assistant can call patients, ask if they are taking their medications as prescribed, answer questions and alert the doctor if the patient is having problem. Digital or virtual nurses follow up with the patients between doctor appointments. It is a greater technological advancement of AI that can minimize unneeded hospital visits, especially of elderly people or who are suffering from disorder of nervous system. Eventually, it reduces the load on health professional also and save the industry quite a lot of money. So AI is also useful for office automation, office of any type. So no industry on earth processes more information on a daily basis than the healthcare industry. Keeping reports, test results, drug prescription, medical images and insurance information moving is the key to operational efficiency. Before a hospital can even think about efficiency, it must think of accuracy. Sorry. Data must go from the source to the proper destination without error, or efficiency goes out of the window. Managing the workflow of a large clinical environment is one of the greatest challenges care providers face. It's one thing to have written processes that guide workflow. Ensuring that those processes are flexible and that they are followed is another challenge, but that can be overcome in due course of time when more applications of AI will emerge. AI provides powerful solution for administration of a clinical environment. With a number of solutions on the market already, machine learning is proving its value. Depending on the platform used, AI-based workflow software can offer the following benefits: interpreting clinical or documents and filing them according to content and purposes, automating administrative tasks such as patient scheduling, monitoring the efficiency of staff and in-office processes, using predictive analysis to forecast workflow bottlenecks, assisting with coordination between care providers or departments. AI automation doesn't replace the receptionist or secretary or office administrator. It does make their job easier by automating certain tasks while improving while providing assistance with others. I hope you have got the basic essence of automation, AI through machine learning and deep learning, bringing to various industries, offices, hospitals, and pharma industries. With this, I finished this very interesting topic on application of AI in medical images. Thank you very much.